Hello, I'm Sean McMillan, the creator of Great Boy the Game, and today I'm going to teach you how to play. So let's take a look at the rules. This game is really ideal for 3 players. If you have 3 players, then you can play with these secret objective cards. So these cards are really interesting. They are actually optional. You don't have to play with the secret objective cards, but they make the game much more dynamic. They create a lot of interaction between the players. It creates information and misinformation between the players, a little bit of mistrust, and it makes the decisions that much more difficult, but it also makes the decisions just slightly more informed. And so this really, really improves the game. But if you want a faster game or a simpler game, or if you have younger players, you could play without these. If you're playing the 1 or 2 player variant, then you also cannot play with these. So this is specifically for 3 players. Now, when you play with 3 players, the concept of the game is that you are the great boy and you are traveling, exploring, and trying to figure out how to interpret the Bible through various different puzzles and by exploring and finding different clues. And so as a 3-man team, you will work together as the great boy. But just like any other human being, the great boy, he has some internal conflicts. So he has kind of like his conscience pulling him in one direction, but he also thinks maybe he should go in that direction. And he have his, like in his mind, he's got this battle going on. And so we're going to simulate that through the 3 different players by basically having the first player is going to be the actual great boy. He's going to make the critical decisions, but he's also going to be the least informed player. So you want the player who is the youngest or the least experienced with the game to be the first player. And so this first secret objective will go to the first player. The second player should be whatever player that you have that really loves strategy or is very competitive. That would be the second player. And then if you have a player that's very experienced with the game or more experienced with the Bible or a much more senior player, then that could be the third player. And so based on this, you can figure out who should play which role. These cards there's an explanation on the beginning of the card saying who this should go to. Okay, so it says secret objective 1, give to the first player before the game begins. So the first player will get this card, and it'll basically on the other card, on the face of the card, which he is not to show to other players, only the first player is to see this. He gets to read this, which will give him some information, and then it will this will tell him when to look for the next card or when to draw the next objective card. Okay, so he'll take that before the game begins. This will go to player 2, and this will go to player 3. And then the next card says, give to the first player as you place the Village 1 cards.